So the last few hours on the channel have been pretty nuts. A few of these videos have been really blowing up. It's felt pretty cool. And for the first time ever, I have 9+ notifications up here. Really cool, really cool. It's really encouraging stuff. And I want to talk about one of the most recent comments here. 08 Tanuki says, I managed to get something close to the vocal bass using a pulse wave, going through a Formant AIUO filter, going through a comb, low-high flange filter, down 12 semitones. You can put filters down 17? Wait, I'm confused by that. Let's see, hold on though. I use an envelope with a longer attack to decrease the Formant X and Y, and then hard clip, compressor, and reverb. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can follow this here. Just see what this sounds like. I'm just curious to see what it sounds like. So he starts with a pulse wave. The first thing he had was the Formant filter. He said down 12 semitones. I have to assume that what he means by down 12 semitones is this down 12 semitones. Comb, low-high flange minus, and this we need to go here. Use an envelope with a long filter to decrease the X and Y there. So this is that now. I feel like it should be already pretty close. I haven't obviously done all the things that they said, but just sort of. I do like that sound. If we turn off. Oh, let's put effects on. Hard clip distortion. Compressor. Reverb. I think I maybe like it without the reverb better, and also maybe without the Formant. I want to try this. So here's a cool idea. So then we go and pull this up to like. But then I also want to delay it. Oh, it's by time. So it was like ba wow 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 ba wow wow. Let's. It's interesting looking at this pulse wave and thinking about what we've been talking about in previous episodes about like being able to hear the peaks and valleys of a sound, and how by default this sound already has such larger peaks and valleys compared to like a sine wave here, where it's like the same fundamental frequency. But because the wave is so symmetrical, the peaks are the same size as the valleys, and so I think you have to go down to lower fundamentals before you start being able to really hear the differences. Compared to like a pulse wave here, where like you can see like this is all like basically nothing, right? It's not nothing, but it's not. I wouldn't call this a peak. I'd really call this the peak. That you should think about this as being like the highest point on the wave. It's the biggest difference, and then the area where nothing's happening is large. But that takes up the same amount of space as our sine wave was. It's just like this now, so you can hear this even at the same frequency. I can hear the space between each beat of the wave better here, and especially on these ones. And by comparison, like. On this one, if you don't have good headphones, you can't hear that at all. But I can tell that that's a C, or at least I can hear that it's a pitch, and I can finally feel the beating of the notes. This I can almost feel it compared, but this feels the same as this. To me, like the beating feels the same. Something I've been wondering for a long time is like, why do some basses, certain frequencies feel lower than others, even though they are the same fundamental? Like I understand how frequencies work, and I've got a really good ear, and yet for some reason, this note sounds lower to me than this note, even though they are the same fundamental. But it's because you can hear the beating there. That feels low and deep while also being usable, where like the sine wave here, like in a similar octave. Well, here, just to make things clear, I was playing it down an octave, but I'll do this. But like, Ignore the little edge. It's only like a sub bass at that point, right? Compared to this, which is, there's a lot of high partials there that you can really, like, let's see if we pull this up here. Look how much is going on in the top end, you know? I feel like I'm rambling, but this is making sense to my brain. I feel like I just like filled in a piece of the puzzle I didn't have before. So thank you for the recommendation on using a pulse wave. Okay, but from here. And splice, let's see here. Let's just go with drum and bass. Okay, the phase cancellation is crazy here. Like this wave sounds so different to me with just this. It's probably it's that wave right there. It's getting destroyed. You see it? This one, and you turn this on. Completely covered up. The bass is cool. The bass is cool. I'm happy I've made that. I'm bummed that the real lifeblood, I think, of this right now is this drum groove that I just downloaded, and I know nothing about how it was made. I might chop it up. I might try to like mimic it a little bit, but I would feel real bad if I just slapped this in and just released this track. Like, listen to my music, and it's like I just literally downloaded a drum loop. But this is a good example of what I've been saying of like I want the drums and the bass to be the thing that carries the sound instead of like having it to be like lots of melodies on top of it. And I think this is the first time where I'm like, the bass sounds pretty good, so maybe I'm gonna try and make a drum groove to go with it. But like just listen to how interesting this song is just based off this long loop and this one repeating bass line. And then here. It's genuinely, like, I could listen to that for a long time, and like the bass isn't changing. It's just the drums changing there that are like really interesting. So if you had like the bass changing as well, and then just some effects, that's a song, you know? So cool progress here. Thanks so much to 08 Tanuki for the recommendation on kind of like where to start. And yeah, I'm proud of where we ended up. Some of that cool little exploration today. Maybe we'll finish this if I can figure out how to do some cool drum stuff like that. Get some my own breakbeats, make some my own stuff. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.